We don't have one thing, right?
Probably won't finish it.
Correctly.
I got the scribe.
I do.
Did you write correctly?
All right.
That was a good one.
Awesome. Okay, so we have quite a few things what their their classmates elaborated on. And then musical lyrics, or allowing them to get creative with the information as well. Social studies is cool, where you can use history and modernize it in different ways. The last thing with social studies is allowing for varied points of view. Anytime you're in a social studies classroom, it's given from the point of view of an American classroom. Make the extra effort to maybe find a source from a German classroom if you're teaching World War II, or to allow your students to put their feet in moccasins and picture Native Americans' life as they're being moved on the Trail of Tears, okay? Vary your points of view so that they can elaborate on not just their own knowledge, but how other people feel, even in today's society, okay? You have an incredible opportunity to do that. Your classrooms are going to be more diverse, and they'll be able to, allowing that will allow them to sympathize with other ethnicities and races and cultures. All right, and then lastly, English language arts, which is what we usually think of when we think of literacy. Add variety to your literature if you're teaching ELA. How many of us have read the classics, like the Odyssey, or the Scarlet Letter, or, I don't know, Federalist Number 10. If you've had me, you read Federalist Number 10, okay? Add variety to that. Maybe give them a section, or have them read a chapter, but when they come into class the next day, give them a section of a book like Harry Potter and say, okay, what are some common themes between Harry Potter and the Odyssey, okay? What are some commonalities between Odysseus and Harry Potter himself? It gives them ownership, and it allows them to make connections between something they're familiar with, like Harry Potter, and a work from centuries ago, like the Odyssey, okay? Read aloud, think aloud strategies. This works really well in elementary school classrooms. As you're reading with them or reading to them, take breaks. We all have attention spans of like 2 to 3 minutes at a time. So make sure you're taking breaks. You can model how to read. You can model certain ideas. So take that opportunity if you're reading to a preschool or elementary school classroom. If they're talking about a dog playing, take a break and say, you know what my dog did the other day? And give ownership to it. Because that'll allow them to start thinking about themes and making connections between what they're reading and their real life. Lastly, make sure you provide opportunities for interactions between students. Give them a paragraph, let them talk about it with a neighbor, okay? This is a common think, pair, share strategy. I do think, pair, shares a lot, where you think to yourself for about 3 minutes, talk with a neighbor, share experiences, and then you can share with the class. Another important thing you can do with think, pair, share is if you're with someone that's not comfortable sharing their ideas, and you are, or your students are, you can encourage that student to share the idea of their partner or their own idea. So then it gives that partner a voice, and it gives them value as well, especially if it's a student that's a little bit more introverted and a little bit quieter, okay? Their ideas can still be heard. And then you don't force that other student to talk in front of a crowd like this, because not all of us are comfortable doing this, all right? Okay, so we learned some different strategies, or we reviewed some different strategies, and this is going to be on the Google Classroom that y'all are gonna join, so you can reference this anytime you want to, all right?
And a democracy, which means that citizens are allowed to participate. Disability.
So that's what Sydney's gonna call it.
Hold on his boots.
Stop!
What's yours?
Tie his scarf.
He thinks it's